Hey everyone, it's Coach Matt from Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Answering your question today, it's actually pouring rain outside, and with a metal roof on the gym, it makes it pretty hard to shoot videos, but it's a perfect opportunity to answer a question about rain. And this one was left on our Facebook page. You guys can go to Primal Athlete Training Center, just search us out on Facebook, you'll see the logo pop right up, and you can like us and get all the information and ask questions right on the page. This one comes from a coach named Michael Morris. And Michael says, personally, I don't like training on wet days because I feel that my athletes will be more likely to develop bad habits. But there will inevitably be rainy or wet competition days, so it would be helpful to know how to handle that type of a scenario. I was wondering if you have any methods for training or competing under wet conditions. Well, we picked the perfect day to answer this because it is pouring rain outside here in Rhode Island. Now, when it's pouring rain outside on a practice day, I'll do everything in my power to get inside. If I can somehow grab an open spot on the basketball court, I'll do that. I'll have my athletes come in with their throwing shoes on. We won't throw any shots, we won't throw any discs or anything like that, but we'll go through countless numbers of drills just to get them out of the rain so that no bad habits actually develop, and to make sure that no one's getting hurt because they're slipping on a wet circle, no one's going to get a cold because it's cold and rainy out like it is right now. We want to keep our athletes healthy, injury-free, and as often as I can, I'm going to take my athletes inside on bad, rainy, snowy, wet days. Now, if an outdoor track meet happens on a really wet, rainy day and the meet does not get canceled, but it's one of those drizzly, slippery, really wet circles, what you have to do is you kind of have to bite the bullet and you have to treat it just like a day of practice. If it is a track meet that's just a dual meet, or it's a small meet at the beginning of the year, or it's a meet where the outcome doesn't really matter too much. If you're just going against a couple of local schools, it's not a big invite, it's not a championship meet. What you need to do is bite the bullet and treat it just like another day of practice. Have your athletes go in the circle and throw as best as they can, but you don't want to stress going all out. Again, you never want to have your athletes be put in a position where they could possibly get hurt and negatively affect their outcome for the rest of the year. And I see this all the time, especially with javelin throwers. They're out on a wet runway or in a wet open field, and they're going 100 miles an hour, throwing with as much as they can on a cold, rainy day. Their plants get screwed up. You see people slipping and falling down. This could potentially lead to hamstring injuries, groin injuries, shoulder injuries. You could really hurt yourself throwing on a wet, rainy day. So treat it just like another day of practice. Have your athletes get in there, have them take a bunch of warm-up throws, have them go through drills that you would normally do at practice as their warm-up, put them in the circle, have them throw, have them get a mark. Hey, if they do well, they do well. If they don't, it's just another day of practice. It does not matter. After the meet is done, if say your shot putters are not going over the discus or no one's doing the javelin, have your athletes stay in the circle, have them get a few more throws, and just treat it like another day of practice. You don't want to have them go all out. You don't want to have them throw 100% because they could get hurt, they could get injured, and you never want to see that happen at just another crummy, horrible meet. Now, if it's something where it's a big meet, if it's a championship meet, if it's a big relay, if it's something where you guys are going for a record, or somebody is close to qualifying for a championship meet and this is one of their last chances to do it, well, unfortunately, not too much you can do. You got to go 100%. Raining, wet, slippery circle or not, you go 110%, you put as much power in, and you just make the best out of it. You try to get that throw in, you try to throw as hard as you can, you get in there, you pretend like it's a beautiful sunny day, you throw with all your might. Again, if it's not a big meet, just treat it like another day of practice. Guys, Coach Matt, horrible, rainy, cold, awful New England, late fall, early winter day. It's pouring out like crazy. I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear me over the rain hitting the metal roof here at the gym, but we want you guys to keep asking questions. Now, you can tell it's almost track season because Right now, our video page on YouTube is getting anywhere from 700 to 1,000 views a day, where we used to average about 200 to 400 during the off season. So I know I'm going to be getting a lot of questions coming in. I know you guys are going to have questions at the start of the season. Make sure you ask them. The more questions you ask, the more people are going to see those questions and listen to that answer, and you're going to help to get throwers from all over the world the best coaching that they can get here online. Make sure you ask those questions either by email or on Facebook, and I'll get them answered here for you as soon as possible. Thanks.